Hi guys, this is Bo with We Heart Music Radio. So I'm going to show you how to rip your Blu-ray. If you don't know how to do it, this is a great way. This is how I do it, and I I actually digitize a lot of my TV show because out of pure laziness of getting up and changing disc and stuff, this is what I do. So one of the program you can get is free. It's called Make MKV. And what it does is it just rips your Blu-ray um, in MKV file, and I think MKV might be an open source document. So anyway, what you'll need is a Blu-ray player, and then download the free Make MKV. It's in beta mode right now. And then once you access the disk, it'll give you a list of files that it can rip, and it'll ignore really short files. And sometimes it might not always work because Blu-ray or television and movie producers are always trying to find ways to preventing you from ripping movies that you actually own. So you can see there's actually three files and then one big file, and I believe this big file might it says 2 hours. I'm not sure what that is actually, so I'm gonna they actually don't have a so okay, I'm gonna take a look at disc 2. This is episode 4 to 6, which means that the extra long one might be the pilot episode. So there should be, actually there's only 3, so this might be a combination of all these files, 17 chapters. I don't want that. I just want the 3 separate file. And then once you select chapter, so episode 1, 2, and 3, you can open it up, and these are all the audio, and then the subtitles. Now you're not gonna want everything. You're just only gonna get surround sound, or if you want HD 5.1 sound, you can also pick that. The other option you have is just DD, and instead of DTS. Honestly, I really don't know the difference. Anyway, and then I'm going to rip the subtitles, okay? Now I'm only doing this for one of them because I just want to show you as an example. So anyway, once you find your folder, it automatically defaults to the biggest folder, but I like to put it on my SD drive because it's a lot faster that way instead of my anyway, so just let it rip, and we'll come back to it when it's done, and I'll show you what I do with the rest of it. Okay guys, so copying has completed. So it took it looks like elapsed 15 minutes, so 15 minutes for a one episode of Stranger Things. So let's see. So I dumped it in my video folder, and this is the file. As you can see in the bottom, is 10.6 gig. That's a little too large for me, especially because if I'm going to move this within my network, it's pretty big. But before I actually do that, what I'm going to do is take out the subtitles, because remember when we ripped the movie file, we actually ripped the subtitles as well. So this is the software I use called, it's a free software called Subtitle Editor. Just do a Google search, and basically what we're going to do is just let it run, and sometimes it'll ask you for unknown word, but I've disabled that because most of the times the unknown words are going to be names and stuff that it's not going to know from its dictionary. And then so just let it run. Subtitle Editor finished. So it says it fixed 180 errors, and these are the unknown words that it fixed. So psionic is I wonder if it just picked Psionic. I think. Yeah, it didn't know what that word was, so basically it's just unknown words. So all the fixes, you can take a look at it just to verify if it fixed it correctly. So here's the movie file, and then here's the subtitle version of that. Now, actually, let's play it here. Hang on a second. So, so this is 1080p, and you see how actually we'll skip. So we'll go on subtitle, and already it's selected to. You can choose track 2, and then it doesn't look. So subtitle, you can disable it, and then. So you don't see anything. So we can always turn it on. Now let's say you want to add that subtitle file, this one. So you can. So it looks good. It looks like it's tracking. All right. So this is the subtitle that's built into the file, and then this is the external subtitle, the track 3 that we just added. Same thing with audio. Is we only ripped one audio, which is surround sound, but you can have multiple audio, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so the final thing I'm gonna do is actually put it through Handbrake, and so I'll show you. So we're going to drag the file, put it in Handbrake, and Handbrake is actually another free software that you can get online. It's handbrake.fr, I believe, is the website, and that stands for the French. It's a French company. So right now, I have it customized to my settings, but you can have presets here. So if you wanted 720, if you wanted 480, you can choose one of these things. But I have my own custom, and one of those custom is the dimension is pulled down to 720p basically, and it automatically cuts the top 60 and the bottom 60, and I think it does that because it's widescreen here. So this is the. So I see the file actually. Do you see this black bar right here? That's actually in the image file. You can't. It's part of the video. This black bar. You see how I can't make it go away. Well, Handbrake automatically detects the black bar, and then it just cuts it off. So, and you can manually change it too, but I do the automatic because it just is smart enough to know that where the black bars are. Anyway, and then also if you want 1080, you can always go, 1080 or whatever. Actually, 1280 was the magic number here. Okay, so audio, we're gonna. And here's the part where I told you about subtitle. Now it detects that there is a subtitle embedded in the video, but it will only burn it in, and you can't deselect that. Do you see? Now, and the reason why is this a PGS, which is like an image file. So it has to burn it in. And this is great if you're watching a foreign movies, but if you want to watch this American movie, you don't want it burnt in. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And then we're going to import the subtitle file that we created, which is basically a text file. I'll just show you. I'm going to open it up with the like a notepad. And this is basically the file, and it just tells you the time and where the time ends, and then it tells you the subtitle. So the second one is this is the time. This is the subtitle, or this is the subtitle, but it tells you it tells the video file when it starts, when it ends, and it's basically just a text file. And then so anyway, so I'm going to choose that, and so now let's see, all remaining. So yeah, so this still burns and you can't get rid of it. But this one, now the beauty of the subtitle, you can burn it in if you want, or obviously we're gonna not let it burn in, which means that you can select or deselect it. And the cool thing is you can do offsets too. So let's say the subtitle is going to be delayed by 30 seconds for some reason. You can offset it by the milliseconds there. But that's it for the subtitle part. And so basically it's 46 minutes. And the cool thing is it splits it up by the 6 chapters. So you see here on the VLC player, it's chapter 1, chapter 2, or this is chapter 1 here, chapter 2 or 3. This is chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6. Chapter 6 is basically the end credits. All right, so finally, that's not the end of the Handbrake file. So what I like to do actually is I use a thing called MetaX. This used to be a free program. I think you can still get it as a free program, but the developer, they just want to make money, so that's fine. I didn't mind paying for it. I actually ended up, I think it's only $10, so it's not that bad. So when you do this, what you're gonna do is change this to TV show, and then you're gonna put the TV show name. You can put it the season and then the episode, and then from there it'll search the correct name and stuff like that. So it automatically pulls the image, and then it fills in all the info. So you can see the description is a mystery, when it was originally released, age 14 and above. And it has directors, screenwriters, all this stuff is filled in, and then the best part is the title, which is Mad Max is the first title, and so you can do this, and then you select all to write all the info in there, and then you just click write, and then it's done. Now let's say it pulls up the wrong info. Let's say I'm gonna drag and drop it. Let's say you want to change the info because it was incorrect. There's other options here. So there's this is a movie file, it looks like. So you can click it, and it has a different artwork. Oh yeah, it's actually a TV show, and it fills in all the rest of this other stuff. See the description here, when a young boy vanishes in a small town, whatever. Now you click on the, it has a different description, and of course different artwork as well. But it's fine. Anyway, I'm not gonna write it because I already written it the first time. So now you have the movie file with the artwork and everything. It looks great. I can now delete the original big file because I only needed the smaller one. So yeah, all in all, it took like maybe an hour worth of your time if you want to do it this way, but it's kind of worth it if you are planning to archive this on your local network, or if you have a folder of movies. And the quality is near 100% perfect, especially if you're streaming and you have a bad internet problem, and then it stops and it slows down, and the image quality might not be the best. This is pretty good. I mean, and look at that. I mean, this freeze frame here. Looks pretty good, and like I said, this is, I think it's pretty good for like a 600 megabyte file. You got to keep that in mind. This is 600 megabyte, ripped from the original source, and the color is amazing, and the audio is going to be perfect. Obviously, it's actually, you know what? It downmixed it to stereo. I forgot. Okay, that's fine. I mean. But like I said, on Handbrake, you can adjust all that audio to 5.1 if you want to keep 5.1. But I mix everything down to stereo. But yeah, this is pretty much how you do it, or how I do it. So anyway, I hope you find that useful.